time at Dish with D. That's me. Thank you for going on this video and making yourself a priority. I am Denise, and I know I talk too fast, and I apologize for that. But that's always been me. I will work on that. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to Weekly Weigh-In. Welcome to the weekly workshop topic from WW. And welcome to a new program change. If you didn't hear about it, WW announced yesterday at Zoom that their program is changing slightly. Points, daily and weekly, are staying the same. But they are adding 0-point foods, 100 of them. It will be starchy vegetables, and I keep saying non-starchy. Starchy vegetables, lean cuts of beef, pork, chicken thighs, dark meat turkey. If you like 90-10 ground beef, that's a 0-point food. So they're adding a lot of that. This will all take place on an app update, hopefully coming out tomorrow. But you know WW and their app updates. So I'm just forewarning you. They always have issues. And, it's a big update. It's a lot of people. So just give it time. Give it time. And we will have a video out tomorrow. Hopefully, if it updates, I will show you how I'm maneuvering that. But we're here to discuss my weigh-in and the weekly meeting topic, which ties into the changes that they're having because it's called 0-point power-ups. So since we're getting more 0-point foods, what a nice little segue. First, how was your week, Dee? Good. It was good. I had a good week. Can't complain. How'd you do on the scale, Dee? I was down a pound, so I was excited about that. I'm having another good week so far. We did have one dinner out on Saturday. There was some bread involved. Not gonna lie. There was some bread involved. Other than that, I had pasta. I had seafood, but it was a nice measured portion of pasta. It wasn't a whole half a pound. It was squidding pasta. It was probably a little less than a cup serving. So I think other than the bread debauchery, I did really good. And the reason I did the bread debauchery was probably because I had mussels, which is a 0-point food, but I mean, then again, maybe it's not. Who knows what was in it, but I like to dunk my bread in my mussel juice. Yeah, I have a problem with bread. So yeah, we need to work on that one. But I'm work in progress. I don't do it every day, so I can't get on my case too much. But all right, let's get to the weekly technique. 0-point power-ups. We're getting 100 new 0-point foods coming, hopefully, this week. Now, as we know, it's great to have a 0-point option. They're really good options. They are. Potatoes are going to be 0. Oats are going to be 0. Does that mean we could have as much as we want? Well, technically, if it's 0 points, who's going to know? Yes, that is true. But it is food. It has calories. Now, it is a better option. Absolutely. I think that's why they make 0-point foods. They make them so we are geared towards eating them. Yes, because you know what? Starting off your plate with some lean chicken and some potatoes is a good thing. Starting your breakfast off with some oatmeal and some non-fat Greek yogurt is a good thing. But every food in life has a serving size. And we should stick to that serving size, even if it's 0 points. Like, you can go out and get yourself a potato. And you can go and get yourself a potato. Have you seen some of them Idahoans? They look like boulders. Now, I mean, if you weighed that boulder potato, it's still going to come up to 0 points. But when you look, we're going to deep dive into that hopefully tomorrow on tomorrow's update video when I show you different things. When you go into anything, you put anything into that food bar, potato, it's going to tell you the serving size. You put it in chicken, it's going to tell you the serving size. And my lovelies, that's what we should stick with. I know, I don't want to be a Grinch. I think just because it's 0 points, Weight Watchers says, you could eat it, you can eat it until you're satisfied. I'm here to tell you, hi, I'm Denise. I've had a weight issue for 40 years. I don't know when I'm satisfied. I can't eat like that. So for me, I need to stick to weighing and measuring and sticking to serving sizes. That's when I saw weight loss success. I wish. Maybe you're one of the lucky ones that can do that. And that's great if you are. I'm not here to down anybody. I'm just here to tell you that if you're struggling, Maybe you're eating too many 0 point foods. Maybe you're eating too much of a good thing. It's a good thing, but too much of a good thing? I know. It's hard because it doesn't show up on your app. Like if we had some sort of accountability, like some kind of little checklist, like, oh, I'm out of zeros because I checked them all off the box. Then we used to have those little check boxes. You had a couple proteins and some breads. I think we need to bring something like that back. Because I think, because I feel like when there's people who have to lose weight and there's people who have to lose weight. There's some kind of a difference, and there's a different mentality behind losing hundreds of pounds versus losing 30 pounds. There's just a different, and you eat more when you have to lose hundreds of pounds. You've eaten more in your lifetime. So it's just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. Weigh it, measure it. And here's the thing. If you weigh it and measure it enough, you'll know what the serving size looks like because you've been practicing. I know, you will. Now they're also including, which is kind of, I don't know if it ties into the 0 point power-ups, but they are introducing a take a picture recipe. It's called a visual tracker. So if you're out having dinner like I did on Saturday, which I did take a picture of my dinner, it's going to give you the points value. Now, it's going to be accurate. It's going to be pretty close. It knows what food looks like. So, but here's the thing. I think that's going to encourage people to track. Because how many people, raise your hands, eat out and don't track it because, I don't know. I don't feel like it. I mean, it is a little bit complicated to track a meal like that. I'm not going to lie. It's not easy. You got to deconstruct that and figure out what, give it some oil, give it some wine. So, so it's going to give it something. And that's what you want. Is it going to be perfect? Nope. But did you track it? Yep. And you will be successful if you track. I'm also going to have a recipe analyzer, which means any recipe you find on the interwebs, you grab the link and you stick it in there and it'll give you the points for you. You don't have to lug it all into the recipe builder. How fun is that? I don't have to give points anymore. I don't have to, But I mean, like, you have everything. So that's a great tool as well. And again, it will get you to track. It's all about making tracking easier. Because if it's easy, hopefully you'll do it. The hope. So 0 point power-ups. And also it says this week the change is coming, expanded 0 point food list, nutritional information summaries, which you're going to have macros. Now, if you don't want to see them or have them there, you can toggle them off as well, from what I've heard. So you might not be interested in how much protein, fiber, fat, sodium, carbs that you're eating. You're just focused on points, which is fine because points really give you the best of, they're supposed to give you the best of everything, giving you everything that's balanced. And I've heard people say, oh my gosh, this thing was 15 points. True, because sometimes if it's high in sugar, high in fat, low in fiber, low in protein, you're going to get a high number. With that being said, if you look at that 15-point item and it's 230 calories, I don't worry about it as much. I don't track calories, but I know in my head, it's not half my day in calories. So I just kind of adjust from there and track it and move on. I can't quibble over, it's like I have to be smarter than my app sometimes. Like I have to know that, yes, it's not always the best choice. Am I having it every day? No. So yeah, I could indulge in something once in a while. All right. 0 point list will be expanded to include additional cuts of poultry, which is all the dark meat, legs, thighs, but not wings. That's interesting. Maybe because the wings have skin on them, but not wings. Maybe because, here's my theory. It's kind of like the air fried chickpeas. You tend to eat too much of it. I wonder. Could be. I should go on a Zoom and ask that question. Okay. Lean meats, beef, pork, lamb, etc. 10% fat or less. All starchy vegetables are 0. Potatoes, yams, parsnips, taro, etc. Starchy vegetables remain pointed on the diabetic plan because they could raise your blood sugar. Oatmeal is now 0. Oatmeal remains pointed on the diabetic plan. It's a carb. It can raise your blood sugar. But does that mean you shouldn't have it? You just shouldn't have it often, and maybe you should stick to maybe a 1/3 cup versus a 1/2 cup. Now, that's probably what I would do personally, because I can't give up oat milk because I love it so much. So maybe I would have a little bit less. Remember, 0 points is not free or unlimited. Portions matter. Oh, say it with me. Portions matter. Recognizing the amount of food we eat, no matter the situation, is an important skill to develop. 0 point foods are not on all you can eat. The designation of a 0 point is a food signal for how often you should eat these foods, not how much of them you should eat. I think zeros are being there to zero out hunger. I definitely think you should plan your meal around a 0 point food. Or a couple of them. Like, now that we have the vegetables and the starchy ones back, like, there's nothing wrong with putting a starchy vegetable and some 90-10 ground beef on a plate. In a serving. A serving of the 90-10 ground beef is probably, I don't know off the top of my head, but it might be 4 ounces, 3 or 4 ounces. You don't have to track it, but I would. And if you want to count macros, you have to track it. You have to track everything. If you want to see that protein goal, that carbohydrate goal, that sodium goal, you got to track it all. So we'll see how long that lasts for some people, because it's like, yeah, I don't like, because there are people there, I would say more than half hate to track. I think. Because every time I'm at a meeting, it's like that's the one thing people want to work on is tracking. Then it's water. So I would say, yeah, that one's, we're going to see. The points budget is not going to change. You are still going to keep your same points budget and your same weekly points budget. So that's kind of nice. So everybody, all the naysayers who said you're not eating enough on Weight Watchers, well, now we got a lot more 0 point options and the same amount of points. Should you eat your full day of points? If you need to eat them, you should. Don't undercut your points to lose weight unless you're not hungry. If you're not hungry, then obviously you shouldn't eat. But if you're leaving the table hungry and you have points, daily points in your bank, and there's ways to use them up. I mean, like, you could use higher point breads. You could use more olive oils and butters and mayonnaises. I mean, right there, you're going to eat up points. So there's always ways to use points up that don't, if you're eating the light bread, but you're still leaving the day hungry. We got to find a way to bulk up something. Don't eat the fat-free cottage cheese. It's terrible. I'm sorry if you like it. I just don't enjoy it. I'd rather pay points for 1%. But you can go to a 2%. You can go to a 4% if you want to use up points. You can go to a higher fat yogurt. You can go with full fat cheese if you want to use up points. I mean, I can't see paying 4 to 5 points for a slice of cheese. But that's me. Maybe you would. But, I mean, literally, you can use 5 points for a slice of cheese. Full fat cheese. Oh, yeah. Maybe even more. So, yeah. So, definitely think about that. If you're struggling on plan, if you're not seeing the scale move, some things might have to be tweaked. I'm personally excited about these changes, but I also understand that there could be some concern about incorporating more of these 0 point foods into our regular eating pattern. The below techniques could be useful to help you navigate doing this by providing a guide to reflect on the changes and as you incorporate them. There's 2 little activities called Get to Know Your Eating Patterns, which is a good thing, and How to Decode Eating Patterns. Because sometimes we don't understand our eating patterns, and that's all on the Weight Watchers website. If you need those links, I think I can get them to you. I don't know. I don't know if I can link them in the video. I don't like you linking things. Nutrition information summaries. The app will now show running totals of certain nutritional information on your tracking foods. The summary will be located at the bottom of my day page under the water tracker. Macros. We're going to be tracking carbohydrates, fat, protein, and fiber. Are the nutrients that the body needs in large amounts, providing energy and structure support. Now, here's the thing. They're not going to give you what you should reach. That's not up to Weight Watchers. You should see your doctor. You should see a nutritionist, dietitian that give those numbers. And coming next year, I don't know what part of 2025, but they're going to have a registered dietitian where you could contact in the app and set up an appointment and talk to them. There is a fee, and you might be covered on your insurance. It depends on your insurance. Everybody's insurance is different. So you may be able to get that on your insurance, or at least maybe some money back. But it's right in the app. So that's a really nice feature. I know so many people, again, I know I'm talking fast, want to see a dietitian. So they're providing that but you still have to put the money up for it. So a lot of people were excited about sodium, which was kind of cool. I like the visual tracking. I think that's going to be nice for people. They may be shocked at sometimes what their meals are, because I think sometimes we live in a fantasy where we think, oh, well, there's 0 point chicken. How bad could it be? Did you ever see the points of wine and butter? Real butter? It's ridiculous, and you'd be surprised. So it's basically saying 0 point foods should be in the forefront of your meals. You definitely should grab them and make a meal around them. And you fill her in with pointed items like cheese and butter and sauces and stuff like that. Bread. I mean, bread's never going to be 0 points. It's just not. So, you know, if you like a wrap, you like a sandwich, you like a piece of toast with your breakfast, there you go. You have points for it. And, you know, and pulling some of those, like, I was a chicken thigh eater all the time. You've watched my channel. I eat chicken thighs almost once a week. So that's going to save me 4 points on my day. Will I have more than that because it's 0? I will not. I'm satisfied with the food that I'm eating. So I don't feel the need to have to eat more because it's 0 points. Well, oatmeal is 0. Maybe I'll have a full cup instead of a half cup. Half cup uncooked. It's a serving. I'm plenty satisfied with that. I don't feel the need to have any more. Just because it's 0 doesn't mean, you know, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I think that's hard because I think that we're like, in the beginning, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it with love because I went through it. In the beginning, you might be a little bit hungry. And you know what? It's okay. Because you've overeaten your whole entire life, Denise. And yes, it's going to take your body a while to adjust to eating less. So the first month maybe, I started Weight Watchers back in 2014, 2015. When I really started back, it was Points Plus. I literally cried because I was hungry. I did, but I also realized that compared to what I'm eating, yeah, I'm eating less. You have to eat less. Like portion control, that is key. That is, you know, I ate well, but I ate a lot. Even a lot of a good thing, it's going to put weight on. So it took me a while to feel satisfied. And especially when you're eating and you wait for that full feeling, like, oh, I'm done now. Or this, you know, some people say look for the sigh. But you can't, that's not, I try to tell Timmy, he's like, well, I'm not full yet. We're not supposed to be full. If you feel full, you've overeaten. I always say, are you still hungry? Well, no, I'm not still hungry, but no buts. If you're not hungry, then you should stop eating. So, and that takes, I'm still a work in progress with that because I mentally want more. My head wants it. Like, I want to taste that. I want to eat that. But I can't. I don't need to. And again, you know, I have good days and I have bad days. And I'm a work in progress. I just gotta keep trying. And you have to know that you have to be accountable. You can't just, you know, eggs are 0, just have 20. First of all, they're so expensive. You can't even have 20. But yeah, I mean, I've actually cut back on eggs in the last couple of months. I've been using egg white cartons and an egg. Just for, you know, just more healthier, I feel. You know, I'm not sitting there and telling you that it's unhealthy. I'm just saying, for me, where I can tweak things. And I enjoy egg whites, and they're actually more affordable than eggs, which is funny to say. But yeah, you just have to, like, tweak where you can and do the best you can. But we're here to help. The group's here to help. So don't feel you're out there, you know, somewhere. You're not alone. It's hard. Yes, I will never tell you that this is easy because it's not. Food is good. You know, it's like life was so easy when we just sat there and ate what we wanted, wasn't it? Just ate. Didn't feel good though. Didn't look good. Didn't like the way we looked. Didn't like the way we felt. But it was good when we were eating it. It was good going down. And it's like, yeah. You know, it's for health reasons. And your body feels better and you feel better. Like, I feel great. And I know that. But still, it still is old habits still are in the back of my head. I still feel like every day I make strides. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes there's days that are harder than others. But I just pick myself up, acknowledge it, and I talk to my crew. You know, talk to your friends, talk to the group. Put yourself out there. I'm having a bad day. What could I do? Take a walk. get away from it, and just get your mind off of it. It's hard, but 0-point foods should be your heroes. You should be building your meals around your 0-point foods, but weighing and measuring them. Yes, they're not a freebie. They're not a, oh my gosh, especially now with having beef, filet is 0 points. That's a gift. That's a true gift. And the potato, you can make a steak and potato dinner. Somebody said their chili's going to be 0. I'm like, yeah, it is. So, should you have a whole pot of that chili? Nope. We'll get there. We get there. Baby steps. We will. Be easy on yourself. Be kind to yourself. So that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how your week went. Was it good? Was it bad? What do you think of the new Zero Heroes? You excited about the 90-10 ground beef and the pork? Or the oats? Or the potatoes and sweet potatoes? Or the starchy vegetables? I'm excited for everything. It does make life a lot more easier, I think. And I heard a lot of people were very afraid. You should never be afraid when you stick to a serving size. Nobody gained weight eating serving sizes. Just saying. So that is it for me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up. If you have not yet hit that subscribe button, join us here at Dish with Dee, where we are breaking it down for you, my lovelies, one video at a time. Join us here, and welcome to all the newbies. We had a big influx from the change, and I welcome you to Dish with Dee. I am Denise. I dish healthy lifestyle, truthfully. So I'm glad to have you here. We have a fantastic Facebook group, Dish with Dee's Crew. If you want to join us over there, it's a private group over on Facebook. Join us over there if you'd like. It's a nice, supportive environment. And that is it. Thank you for watching. I will dish with you another day. Ta-ta. I'll see you tomorrow.